Wel, beth bynnag newch chi o hynny I gyd, fellwn ni sicrhau chi y bydd popeth yn iawn ar y noson. Ac yn achos dechrau'r gyfres newydd o Ar y Ffordd, y noson yw nos Iau, Medi, y 19 am 8 o'r gloch. Ac felly y bydd hi wedyn am y 12 nos Iau I ddilyn. Beth gwelwn I chi bryd hynny, gobeithio.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Denis Norden.
Hello, or for those of you who fast-forward through me to get to the funny bits, goodbye. For those remaining, welcome to the 8th Annual Cock-Up Congress, where for the past 12 months or more, we've had our lookouts at the masthead scanning the media horizon for wreckage, with the result that every single item we'll be showing you today is guaranteed brand new, mint fresh, and never before seen, with the exception of me, of course. So, to our first bunch of outtakes, all of them lending weight to the proposition that there is nothing in TV land so simple that somebody somewhere can't get it wrong.
And action.
It was when Bailiff was off sick after that prison chat, Gov. It's my fault. Simple mistake, I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, we can't afford mistakes, John. Can I have the magazine, please?
You've got 4 papers over there. Why don't you just read one of them?
Gloria?
Oh, here, take it.
Thank you. Look, it's nothing personal, I just...
What's wrong with you?
I'm sorry, I don't know how I missed it. That was my water.
Damn right. You know, funny you can see well enough to flirt with me and every other guy on the beach. Girl on the beach.
These are revolting.
By the way, I meant to have asked you this before. Have you worked with any famous TV stars before?
Bob Monkhouse, Des O'Connor, Michael Barrymore, Ken Dodd, Noel Edmonds, Cliff Richard, Jim Richardson.
Oh. Jim Richardson? Who's Jim Richardson?
Jim Davidson, actually.
Is it one you didn't say Ralph Richardson?
It happens all the time. TV presenters get into more trouble with names than any group outside of Lloyd's, even sometimes their own, as you'll notice once or twice in this next compilation, which is built around what's possibly the most poignant of all outtakes, false starts, the occasion when somebody manages to screw up even before the show's got off the ground.
This is Channel 2 News Late Edition.
Belatedly, good evening.
Good evening and welcome to Anglia News on Sunday with me, David Hughes.
Good morning,
I'm so tired.
Hi. This is the same piano with
Hello, good evening, good afternoon, goodbye.
That's Emilio Estevez in the locker room with Nino Ferretto, Fiona Foster. Fiona Foster, that's me. Fiona Farrell. Fiona Farrell is down at Scotland Yard with the latest traffic news.
It's now 1:30. It's been snowing here for some 18 hours. This road is about 3 miles outside the village of Dramara. And as you can see, any kind of movement.
After 2 losses in 2 days, the pack broke into the win column. And we actually don't have names on these players. I didn't bring that sheet with me. But there are some very fine baskets coming up. I can't believe this. Anyway, that's great basket by number 33, and I hope he's still watching. Anyway, West Valley won. What did they win by? By the way, anyway, this score will be coming up momentarily. And G-Ma, I want to go home.
And as he goes off to get his tranquilizer prescription renewed, let's look at some of the other material we've snaffled from various sports departments, because although it's not a subject in which I can speak with any expertise, that the only contact sport I go in for these days is parking. But as I say, their outtakes do sometimes strike the authentic note of despair. So here then is our brief sporting kaleidoscope, with the first clip putting the emphasis on the collide.
And tonight, PM Magazine's John Rager is going to take us to an event where they go through it. It's spectacular. You're going to like it.
And I'm rather pleased that mine is not up for renewal at this moment, because my team has not really performed up to its potential.
Is it broke? Katie's Army is on the move, and Thursday night the Pittsburgh Spirit join us to help head off hunger as we collect food.
Gewinnen können. Das Hauptinteresse bei den Mädchen ist die mehrfache Europameisterin und
Well, I'll tell you, while we're up here in the chilly New York, Jim Rosenthal is down in the warmth of Tampa.
Yeah, that Rosie.
Oh, no!
Well, about 6 years ago, I used to fight. I fought in 2 of them. You fight 40 guys, and you fight till no one's left. You fight one at a time, and you eliminate down. And the second one I won in 7 minutes and 14 seconds. 5 fights, all by knockouts.
What sort of state were you in after the first one?
What state?
Yeah.
Illinois.
Well, they can't all be as smart as Chris Eubank. Now, let me make my contribution to the great Wither television debate. Instead of all those regulatory bodies busying themselves with the violence on television or the sex on television, tell you what I think they should be doing something about: the telephones on television. I don't know if it's the same in your household, but certainly in mine, not an evening goes by without someone saying, "Is that our phone or is it on the television?" Do you find that? It seems such a simple one to rectify. I can only suppose they've got too many other problems where telephones are concerned.
Von unserem Korrespondenten Klaus Emmerich, der an Ort und Stelle des Geschehens verfolgt. Ja, das ist es. Das ist dieser Apparat. Hallo? Hallo? Es läutet zwar, aber es meldet
jetzt doch sympathisch, der helfen will.
Diese Verbindung scheint im Moment nicht zustande zu kommen.
Sie nächsten Mal abschalten könnte, Herr Chef.
Das Telefon, Sie hören es selbst, meine Damen und Herren, hat zwar geläutet, nur Klaus Emmerich in Washington hat sich leider nicht gemeldet. Such is live, das ist eben eine Live-Übertragung, das kann passieren. Ich hoffe aber, dass es beim nächsten Anlauf klappen wird.
Thanks for not telling Caroline about this evening.
I didn't do it for you. Or the phone.
Here we go then. What's in the box? 3 questions. I can answer yes or no. After the 3, you guess. If you guess it right, it's yours. Away you go.
3 questions.
Yeah, you put questions to me.
Oh, sorry.
And I say yes or no.
Right. How old are my children?
How old are your youngest children? And I can answer yes or no.
Oh, sorry. No, I got you away on mine.
You okay now?
Yes, I'm
you
there.
Back on?
I'm there. I've got 4 girls or 4 boys.
I can only say yes or no to any of these questions. You realise that?
Yes. Am I employed or not employed?
No. We're playing a different game here. Let's get on the same game so we might have some fun. You have to ask me 3 questions to try and get clues to what's in the box. Right? So you say, is it square, is it round, or whatever.
Oh, right.
And that gives you clues. Now, you can talk about your family if you want to, and you can get clues from that, but it won't help you very much with this game.
Right. So I've got to ask a square, round.
Oh, no, whatever you like, to try and get a clue to what's in this box.
Oh, right.
And then if you guess it, you win it.
Right. It's square?
No.
Round?
I think... I tell you what, come on tomorrow night, we'll have a chat with the rules. Back after the break.
That was John Hammond, and that was the moment when he started considering the idea of an ex-directory phone-in program. Well, every so often, or more accurately, every not so often, certain outtakes come in that are so much out of the usual run, we've been storing them in a bucket marked oddities. And today, as further proof that weirdness can strike anywhere, any time, the commander's gone out, empty the bucket.
Hillary's coming to dinner on Friday.
Surely you can put her off. It's not as if you'll never see her.
Well, it's her birthday.
What is more important? Was that somebody's watch that went ting, ting, ting? You were told about that.
Cheney says about 7,000 U.S. troops are in northern Iraq, and more could be moved in if needed.
I would have guessed, felt an awful lot like an earthquake, and we will let you know if that's indeed the case as soon as we can find out. Meantime, we'll go on with the news here as we continue to rumble.
Let's see,
Carrie.
Did you see that?
What's he now?
Again, folks.
Both the know-how and the access to this market, I think it's a big advantage for the American market, the manufacturers.
Well, I don't know. My usual excuse is I wasn't asleep. I was thinking, right? Now, there are few sections of the television community who've contributed as copiously to our outtake stocks as interviewers, probably because, as you've just witnessed, there seems to be no end to the ways an interviewee can turn the information highway into a cul-de-sac. Now, we've assembled a collection of such encounters, but as it's one that moves along pretty swiftly, may I advise you, listen fast.
On entering the bed set, he discovered the body of a woman who was unknown to him.
And what was the state of the woman?
She was dead.
Who do you think's at fault? What's the problem here with this strike?
I don't even know, really. I haven't got the foggiest, I don't even know. I don't even know, really. What is it? I don't know. What is it? I don't know. I know somebody's striking for something. Somebody down there striking, too. I'm going to get me a sign to protest I don't know. What is the baseball, really? I don't know.
How long is this indefinite action going to continue? Indefinitely.
What's your name, Michelle?
Michelle.
Yeah, I'm indoors. I can't, but it's because you're a bit deaf. Pardon?
Where are you from and how can the viewers help you? I'm the chairman of the National Gardens Scheme. Oh, sod it, you see, I'm not.
You don't think of Barrero much, do you? Yes, I do.
How do you feel about George Bush?
He's a okay guy. It's all right. Okay, thank you.
It just kind of makes your stomach a little nervous even doing that.
I know, it's hilarious, isn't it? I love it. She's challenging glass in an incredible way. People think of glass as very fragile and delicate, and she's challenging that with the viewer, and it is fun watching people's reaction. Even I get it right here when I go rocking around it, but I know the piece now, so.
Can I ask you a question? You're doing something for Right Now, Anglia Television. Yesterday, Douglas Hurd believed that he said violence on television could contribute towards hooliganism. Do you agree with that?
I would hope not. But I say that professionally because I work in television.
May I ask what field?
Head of presentation. Right.
A moment she will not soon forget. Well, not without extensive therapy. In part two, there'll be an even starrier collection of internationally respected television persons suffering GBH of the ego. But meantime, let's go into the break with some of the other goodies left under our pillow by the Goof Fairy, starting with a real heartbreaker. Let me tell you something about this. On the 21st anniversary of the moon landing, a group of British space enthusiasts travelled all the way to Cape Canaveral and won themselves a privileged position at a rocket launch, all so that they could make their own unique film record of the moment of takeoff.
Come on. Please. Come on. 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Oh, God! Come on, boosters! No boosters, go! Okay, we're lifting. Yes! Oh, God! Yes, go! Beautiful.
You're in the wrong place, quick.
Just last week when she broke her nail. How am I going to cut her nail, do you think? That's the answer. You're right there. I think that's what I'll have to do.
Als ik nou eens via mijn postgiro een voordelige reisverzekering wilde afsluiten. Dan stik ik even naar het postkantoor voor wat buitenlands geld.
Nothing can ever be like it was.
But the people around here hope that what they have planned for Bughouse Square is going to make it even better. Rona Douglas, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Okay, anybody else need makeup, seeing that you're a very important part of the show? Good. Fine. Fine!
This is Pinky. He's a male cat, domestic short hair. He's available for adoption. He's pet of the week, Placer County Animal Shelter. He's a very loving cat.
Pinky. Pinky. Pinky.
Get off of the game.
Yeah, because I'm not going to grab you.
Okay, start it from there.
This is the office of one of the big cheeses of Hollywood, David Hoberman. He's one of the guys at Disney. Big, big guy. This is his secretary, Joanne.
It's Terry.
Yeah, anyway, David and I know about this man. He's going to fill us in on what's happening in Hollywood today. Let's go talk to Dave. David, hi. Listen, just give us a little bit of an insight into what's...
Get security. Turn that off.
Here at Nassau is one of Europe's largest nudist colonies.
Your husband picks your daughter up. Your ex-husband picks your daughter up every Friday from school. But you told D.S. Beck you hadn't seen him for years.
Oh, it's ITV Telethon, isn't it? Last weekend in May. Hey, they're hoping to raise millions for charity, you know. That's why it's your chance to help those who really need your help. And yours.
Finally, a field official in Norway had a lucky escape after being hit by a javelin while not paying attention. And this is what happened when the javelin struck Håkon Lund in the arm as he watched the 5,000-metre race. Luckily, he wasn't badly hurt and even tried to mark the spot where the javelin would have landed. Oh dear, that's bad luck, isn't it?
The phenomenon known as corpsing. It's an interesting one because although there's some debate as to whether man is the only animal that laughs, what's beyond doubt is that we're the only one that laughs in the wrong place. On then to our next subject, a sampling from the pile of outtakes. We've marked wait for it. That's because they all share a kind of doomed inevitability. You spot in the very first frame what's going to happen. The only question is when. Check these out.
Alors, ici, vous avez 2700 hectares de marais, vous avez 4000 hectares de lacs, et c'est un lieu magique. Croyez-moi, les animaux ne s'y sont pas trompés. Ils savent qu'ici, ils peuvent vivre en paix.
Other kinds of gear that boats should have on board. Well, we have something here that that might interest you, and this is a life raft. And this one over here, just pulled over here.
What you have to do is to shake off the excess, quickly dry it round, put this thing back on, like this, and then you have to set light to it before putting the top on, of course. So let's, be very wise probably, let's set light to it and see what happens. Well, there you are, you see. And I was rather cautious I didn't pour too much over it. But it has now set on fire, and you can imagine an old person with this. This really could be quite dangerous, because the difficulty is, having got that light, how the devil do you get it out?
Many synthetic skis still have wooden cores, but they're using fiberglass through the outside to give them the strength. For example, in this ski, right up here at the tip, there never was a wooden ski that would take this abuse.
Officially open.
This is an auto cup. You see, it's like it says thermos, and you turn this, and then you go like this.
Ça, c'est bien le macro de nos côtes, celui-là. Hein?
Oui, on va bien.
Est-ce qu'on
on va pas tarder, on va
lever?
s'approcher.
That was the night the chef's special was poisson à la dropped it on the floor. Mind you, there is a school of thought which holds that simply appearing on television somehow breeds cack-handedness, and not just cack-handedness, but every kind of bodily dysfunction. To illustrate but a few.
If you have an antenna, we're still on 8, but I think we're 10 now, Capable Vision in Greensboro and High Point. We'll tune in tomorrow. Excuse me. Oh, no! No! Oh!
I hope you didn't get that.
Thank you.
That was, of course, that nice Honor Blackman. She doesn't make them often, but when she does, you can scrape them off the wall. But now, as all the outtakes we've shown so far have been what might be termed self-inflicted, let's take a look now at some blunders that were caused by outsiders, idiots over whom they surely can't expect you to exercise control.
Cochrane's parent company, North British Maritime.
Listen, honey, you know, I've been thinking about some things.
It's lovely.
What is?
Scotland.
I'm sorry. I would pick one in uniform. He can lick me.
Have you noticed a great drop in the price of meat being auctioned here?
Bonsoir à tous. Il existe près de 300 clubs d'aviron en France. La région où les autres Poussarontes n'est pas en reste. Sachez en effet que le rame aussi.
Out of town on the M25, anti-clockwise, they're accused towards junctions 16 and 15. The M4, have to ignore the fire alarms that are going off. I'll keep going and hope that you can hear me. Clockwise, junction 9 to 10. That's Leatherhead and the A3 turn.
The union's previous recommendations had been disregarded. This, he said, was because to implement them would have cost British Rail more money, at a time when they were trying to reduce costs by 50%.
It's all very well a television reporter loosing off an epithet simply because some innocent passer-by's intruded on his piece to camera. But what if the innocent passer-by happens to be someone who really should know better?
Welcome back. Now, looking after a disabled child is not only a tiring business, but it's really without the time or the emotional strength to look after themselves.
Thank you. That was probably the most unconvincing attempt at nonchalance in the whole history of cringing. Yeah? And it would have to be that awful anorak. Anyway, back to Suave. And as we move towards part 3, which, as regular subscribers will know, is always the best part, we'll be entering the break with some of those awkward moments when your brain goes one way and your tongue goes another, what you might call the mouth trap. In the first example, a distinguished political figure can be seen calling for an unopposed second reading.
The confusion starts here at Caernarvon Castle. It's 1283. The last native Welsh prince, Llywelyn, lies dead, his land seized by the Norman king, Edward I. Edward controls Wales and wants to secure our blast and buggery and set fire flames of hell.
You ready? Yes. If you'd like a copy of that recipe, just send a stamped, self-addressed onion.
That's all Meridian News for now. Our next lunch is at lunchtime tomorrow.
Sophie! You can see what I mean. Come on. Sophie!
Margot.
Margot!
You're Margot.
You really were hilarious when you... What was that hilarious thing you did?
No problem. I enjoyed getting it out of that little Treasury secretary almost as much as the mistake. Well,
it's a bloody difficult line.
One thing I realize is all she wants is to get things her own way. Well, it's not going to happen, not with me.
She truly loves you.
I forgot. We don't say love on daytime. It's she cares. It's caring. Care. It just slipped out. I forgot the new. You care. You don't love. You care.
Yeah.
You don't get wet. You care.
The year is 1283. The last native Welsh prince, Llywelyn, lies dead, his lands seized by the Norman king, Edward I. Edward controls Wales and...
It's really beyond me why anyone would want to eat an oyster, but can this many people really be wrong?
Lorsque le site ressemble davantage à un jardin d'Éden qu'à une arche...
Caroline.
Pixie, are you going to eat all that popcorn?
No, help yourself.
Great time this evening at the Frankenmuth Bavarian Festival. Ooh,
Gosh,
wow.
Dick, you know me. This is my thank you. Very favorite part, always the food.
The food, and boom.
What do you do with leftover paint, used oil, and old car batteries? Well, the Humboldt County Office of Environmental Health has a new way to get rid of some old hazardous waste. Joining me in the studio this evening is
I bet anything that set came labelled easy to assemble. But we're continuing that lady's theme of environmental hazards because, as this next compilation makes plain, TV is an environment where even the friendliest elements in your surroundings can suddenly gang up on you, fall down, cave in, grab hold, or even, as you'll see in the case of Father O'Flynn, rise up against thee.
So I think I'll just sneak out of the national weather scene and come right back to California where our... that bush is growing.
Firefighters will be working all day to put out hot spots.
Yes, here at the Tower of London, the priceless crown jewels have been given a new £10 million fortified home. It's designed to be bomb-proof.
It's called inertia.
Yeah.
Put it on here. Now, inertia is the tendency of a body at rest.
A body at rest?
Unless it's disturbed by an external force.
Hang on, run that one past me again.
Inertia is...
a body?
At rest.
Yeah.
That is disturbed by an external force.
Reminds me of a girl I used to take out.
This is... Beg your pardon?
I see.
It's very scary, isn't it? It's the only...
Oh, he's on the throne!
Everybody take a deep breath. Oh, my God! Oh, you scared the hell out of me. Yeah, there's not enough room.
And I'll be meeting beautiful birds like this at Great Britain's biggest exotic bird park. Ouch!
This is Hayes! So, until then, at 5 to 2, bye!
Bye! Get that!
And that was, of course, Patty Caldwell demonstrating what they mean by more balance required on TV programme. Special item now for all Michael Fish wannabes. But first, let me tell you the story behind it. When a local American TV station's official weatherman didn't show up for one of their bulletins, they hastily recruited a member of the sales staff to deliver the forecast. Just don't forget, they told him, it mustn't run longer than 40 seconds.
Well, looky there. Everybody should get a chance to tell you the weather now and then.
At least once. Anyway, and since our weather person didn't make it to in that time today, I'm going to try. Let's take a look at what it was. Now, is that right now, right? It's 50 degrees, and that isn't bad. 34% humidity. And steady at 29.79. The wind northeast at 10 miles an hour. Not bad at all. Let's take a look at the national map. Let's see. If I pull this out right here, I should tell you that there's thunderstorms over in the Ohio Valley. It's still winter up here where you see partly cloudy. It's cold up there. It's kind of warm and humid down here. McAllen, Texas, was the high at 91 degrees, and somewhere up in New York. Glen Falls, New York, 9 degrees was the low. That's the way it is across the nation. Let's take a look at our part of the state. Now, there is a low system way down here that's between the coast. Can you see that? You can't see down there. It's down there, and it's between Oregon and California, kind of off the coast, and it's working counterclockwise, and that's supposed to be pumping moisture into our area, but it isn't coming in here. So it's pretty clear, and it got clear down into the 20s last night in eastern Washington, in some parts of it. The only moisture we can expect in the state may be way over here in the southeastern corner, so watch for that. The rest of us, it's going to stay clear and get kind of nice. So we'll watch for that. Let's take a look at the... Well, we were going to take a look. There goes that map, and here goes this map. Now, let's take a look. There it is. Okay. This place is booby trap, folks. I just tripped. You can see there's not much out there. Let's go on to our figures real quick here. Where do you want me to stand? This way. It got up all the way to 51 degrees today in Yakima. The highest ever was 76, and the lowest ever was 23. Let's take a look at the mountains. Mostly fair through Wednesday, and that's good news. In eastern Washington, expect western Washington's cool night.
And that, of course, was where they lowered the boom on him. Personally, I could have watched him all night. Well, according to one of the great songs, anything that happens in life can happen in a show. Unfortunately for all of us, that becomes even more true when it's a game show, as these participants would sadly bear witness.
Kitchen appliances featuring a frost-clear refrigerator freezer with adjustable cantilever shelves, removable door racks, and a total energy-saving system. A portable dishwasher with 3 levels of washing action and energy saver switch, a microwave oven, a essential cooking probe, and a laundry machine
Well, we've got a very special show for you next week, after which the Golden Shot team are going to have a holiday. None of our apple contestants can come back next week, so we have presents for all of them. And here is Lee to tell us all about these special presents.
No, it's not. It's Anne.
Oh, well, they keep changing things. Don't tell Williams he's on it, Gaffer.
During what months of pregnancy does a woman begin to look pregnant?
September.
Is Undertaker, okay? £560 rests on him coming out and saying Undertaker.
Yeah.
If he doesn't do it...
I'll kill him. He'll need one. He'll need an Undertaker.
He'll need one. He'll need one. Okay. If he doesn't say it, we'll call him. Let's get him out. Okay. Thank you very much. Do across. You send a place for me. She got 7. Oh. She doubled. Oh. She says that in 7 seconds you can say the one word that she's left for you. If you do, it's 560 quid. If you don't, you lose the lot. Good luck. 7 seconds. Talk about Undertaker.
Long Black Car Funeral Directors.
She's doing pretty well up the top there all this
Last of
time.
the distance, right down.
Right down. I think she should go all the way. Hand all the way there. Yes, good. Fictional. Name a famous Willie. Willie the Pooh?
You bid $6,000 and the actual retail price is $8,602. A difference of $2,602. You win, Ali.
It's not often that somebody with money becomes downwardly mobile. Well, as we're almost done here, time for our customary thanks to all the media personages who let us exhibit them with their cutting edge, slightly blunted. Plus, of course, our usual regrets for all the outtakes we didn't get hold of. The ones we mourn most being the edition of MasterChef where a contestant misread the recipe and used a teaspoon of Old Spice instead of allspice. That memorable moment when the little pieces of the Channel 4 logo missed each other. And worst gaff of all, the diet drink commercial where somebody slipped up and used a girl who actually looked like she needed to go on a diet. So then to our final package. And as these are taken from the pile labelled Love Scenes, stand by for testosterone surge.
What do you think about, next week, Annie?
Yes, of course, Humphrey.
I'll ring tomorrow.
Bye, Humphrey. Oh, I'm terribly sorry, Humphrey, but you pulled one of my earrings off.
To us.
Champagne.
It's going to be champagne all the way from now on. Some women are like wine to be sipped casually, but you're champagne. Light, full of youth, bubbly.
You obviously had a great deal of experience, Henry.
You could say that.
When you look at me like that.
So, you have your own place, or do you live with your folks?
Did anybody ever tell you had lovely eyes? You know, the minute I saw you, Ruby May, I knew that your face would haunt me. I'll see you in my... All the girlies call me Curly. I kiss them quick and get home early. When I kiss a girl, she flips because I've got muscles in my lips. Hurry up!
So excited.
We have a sad note to end on today.